Good Monday afternoon, Facebook, YouTube. How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. What a beautiful Monday afternoon it is. First day of the work week, and we got some breaking news to bring to you. But I'm gonna give you a little time to jump in here if I can get somebody in here. I know this may be a weird time for a lot of people, but again, I work a different schedule than the regular human beings. So again, I've already made that. I work overnight, so a lot of times I'm asleep during the day when people are at work, and then when you're asleep, I'm at work. So there you go. Just call me vampire. But again, good Monday to you. Hope you all having a good start to your work week. Make sure you come in to Club Kendrick, not Club Shay Shay. Club Kendrick. Make sure you come in, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. That is TFG Sports Media as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle right here on YouTube. Make sure you like and follow them both on Facebook, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at KDrick1969 as well as on TikTok at Kendrick Henderson 51. And come out them bushes. Make sure you talk to me in the comments. Again, like, subscribe, share this to all your social media platforms. So I'm gonna give it a few minutes before I get the news. My good buddy Bucks Raised Bolts. How you doing? Crazy news. Good afternoon to you, my guy. Hope all is well with you. I appreciate you popping in. You already know you beat me to the punch. I know everybody have their phone on their hip and everybody get the alerts and all that. So I know a lot of times you all already get the news a lot of times prior to me popping in. But I still want to come in because some people may have their phones on alert, or it may be somewhere they can't get to it. So they may miss some of the breaking news or whatever it may be that's coming out. But again, we got some NFL breaking news coming out of the Dallas Cowboys camp. If you don't know, wide receiver, first-time All-Pro, was holding out. He had missed all the OTAs, all the other practices. He didn't show up to training camp. He was being fined $50,000 per day because he wanted a new contract. Well, the news is, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, he broke this about 45 minutes ago, that CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys have agreed to a 4-year, $136 million deal. $38 million of that in the signing bonus, which is the largest ever given to a wide receiver. And $100 million of that $136 million is guaranteed. This now makes Mr. Lamb the second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, which puts him behind the Vikings' Justin Jefferson. And he finally got his wish. He finally got paid. The Cowboys and the Lamb's agents were able to work a deal. And I think, like I was saying this, I knew something was going to be worked out. It just took some time with these contract negotiations. Again, Lamb, according to reports, was wanting to be roughly, he wanted to average around $33 million a year. He wanted to be right in the range of what Justin Jefferson is, who's the highest paid wide receiver by average. I think his is $35 million a year. And A.J. Brown of the Eagles is roughly around 32 and a half, right at 33. I think with this deal, it's going to pretty much put him around at $33 and a half million per season as well. Now, again, $100 million of this is guaranteed, which that's a good deal. Again, it's a 4-year deal. I'm quite sure come that third year, they can come back to the table and redo something. That's normally how they do with these 4-year deals. So again, but the thing is, $100 million of that is guaranteed, and he does get a $38 million signing bonus. Now, Lamb was in the 4th year of his 5th-year rookie deal. He was drafted number 17 overall out of Oklahoma in the 2020 NFL draft. So they decided to go ahead and do this extension now rather than later, because if he could have went to that 5th year, then they wouldn't have worked nothing out, which the Cowboys really didn't have to do anything this year. They could have tagged him after this season, and he wouldn't have been able to do much anyway. But then they would have had to pay him the average salary of the top 5 highest paid wide receivers in the league. He would have been on a 1-year deal, and most likely he would have ended up leaving. And we all know the Cowboys wide receiver core right now is just really CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and the Jalen Thornton kid. Right now, those are the top 3 probably on the list. Speaking of that, cuts are going to be happening on tomorrow. So we're gonna know there's gonna be some big names out there. So we will be doing something probably live talking about NFL cut deadline, which again happens on tomorrow. But again, the breaking news today: 25-year-old wide receiver CeeDee Lamb gets his money, 4-year, $136 million deal, $38 million signing bonus, $100 million guaranteed, and he's coming off his best season. One of the best seasons a wide receivers had in the last probably 10, 15 years. He had 135 receptions with 1,749 yards, 14 total touchdowns. And he also was named first team All-Pro for the first time in his career, and he was also selected to the Pro Bowl in his third time being a Pro Bowl selection. So again, breaking news: Adam Schefter, ESPN, was the first to break this, that Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb have agreed to a new extension, 4-year, $136 million deal. Now I'm sure that'll get him going, because he didn't miss all the training camp. I'm quite sure he's probably been doing some workouts on his own, but working out on your own and not working out with your quarterback, the timing, obviously they familiar with one another just because of their history, but not having that timing, you got a new offensive line. So getting them back in, because September 8th is right around the corner, that NFL season opener for the Cowboys. They go to Cleveland. That's right around the corner. So they got to get some work in. Again, they just had their last preseason game this past Saturday, hosting the Chargers. So now they got to just get in there and put in some work. So again, I knew this was going to be worked out. I know he was going to get his money, so that makes him probably he's like the second highest paid wide receiver in the league, behind Justin Jefferson, just above A.J. Brown of the Eagles. Now, I did read where wide receiver for the Bengals, Jamar Chase, has finally reported. So now they can go to the bargaining table, because now they can look and see, well, okay, this is what CeeDee Lamb got. Okay, so where do we want to fall? As far as Jamar Chase and his agents, don't know where his thoughts are when it comes to being in this highest paid wide receiver list. But you gotta let's go and be real, man. These wide receivers are getting paid. They making money like never before. And the league is a passing league. Let's go. It is what it is now. It has been this way for probably the last 10, 15 years. It's been a passing league. So you want to keep, if you got a game breaker at the wide receiver position, you don't want to let him hit that free agent market, because he definitely won't be unemployed for long. So again, now we're going to see what Jamar Chase does, what his people going to do, what the Bengals going to do. Now back to the Cowboys, they got that taken care of, but they got two more they got to think about coming down the pipeline. You got your linebacker Michael Parsons. He's in the he will be going into the 4th year of his deal this year. So you got to look about trying to get him extended. Then your starting quarterback, Dak Prescott. They got to try to figure out how to way to extend him too, because if they don't work out a contract extension, he can become an unrestricted free agent this summer, and he could walk. And I think that's why the Cowboys was kind of trying to see what they had with Trey Lance. Obviously, he ain't that guy. He threw 5 picks in that Chargers game, and that wasn't even against their number one rate, their first team defense. So Trey Lance is probably he's definitely not going to be the future. I can tell you that. So the Cowboys, they got to figure out now. We got CeeDee Lamb signed. So what's next? We got to work on Michael Parsons, and you got to work on Dak Prescott. I think he's next, because if you don't work out some sort of extension and rework his deal, which his numbers can really hurt your salary cap too, and then he can become a free agent next summer. Then you're back to square one at the quarterback position, which as a NFL franchise, you never want to be back at square one at that position, because it can set your team back for quite a few years, in my opinion. So that is the breaking news, again, coming out of the NFL. Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, they did reach an agreement on a 4-year, $136 million deal. Now, everybody going to say, is he worth it? And this is my saying. If y'all watch me long enough, this is what I say, because that's why I never get into this argument about, is a player worth it, no matter what sport. A player is worth whatever the market dictates, as well as a player is worth whatever a organization is willing to pay him. That's my thoughts on that. That's even my real world thoughts. To the average people like me that works we work 9 to 5s, blue collar, whatever. whatever organization you work for. I never pocket watch, never count nobody's money, because if they're getting paid, that's because either the market dictates them or they know their worth, and the company that they're working for said, okay, yeah, we can rock with that. So I would say anybody is always worth the money that you get. So that's my thoughts on that. Now it's a different conversation if you the owner or whatever, and you say, I ain't paying them that kind of money. They not worth it to me. I get that. You the owner. You the owner. But you also know if you got some talented people on your staff, you got some talented player on your team, you also know that it's hard to find talent. It's hard to find talent, and it's hard to pay and keep good people. So you got to. It's a two ways to look at that. So that's my whole philosophy on athletes getting paid, because I'm always pro athlete. Go get that money. If that market out there and they handed it to you, get it. Especially the NFL, because their lifespan for the average lifespan for the NFL player, I think, is 3 to 5 years. So you got to get that money on that second contract, because most likely you're not going to get that big of a contract again. So that second contract as an NFL athlete, you got to try to maximize your earning potential, because most likely that's going to probably be your biggest payday during your professional career. So just my thoughts on that. So again, I'm Kendrick the Sports Guy. If you check this out later, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Cowboys signed CeeDee Lamb. Finally got him signed. So what's next? Who's next? They got to get Dak taken care of. What's your thoughts on this Cowboys team as far as the NFL? And oh, by the way, tomorrow is cut day for the NFL. I think it is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's gonna be some big names out there, I hadn't really been reading and seeing any rumors of some big names, but it's gonna probably be some veterans gonna be getting cut. There's gonna be some other teams that's gonna be looking at those teams that cut some players that can help them. Cowboys probably gonna be looking for some cornerbacks due to the fact that they lost their All-Pro Bowler Darren Bland. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks with a stress fracture, I believe, in his right foot. He led the league in interceptions last season, I think, with 9. 5 of those he ran back for touchdowns, which was an NFL record as well in one season. So they're going to probably be looking for cornerbacks. The Cowboys are probably linebackers too. Hopefully my Packers going to be in the mix. If you don't know, I'm a Packers fan, so we're going to see what happens with that. NFL cuts, again, happens tomorrow. Then NFL season kicks off September 5th, Thursday night. Defending Super Bowl champs looking to go for 3 in a row. Kansas City Chiefs host the the Baltimore Ravens. It's a rematch of last season's AFC Championship game. That's September 5th. NFL kicks off, and then all the other teams, September 8th. NFL season, regular season is going down, and we got the Cowboys on the road at the Cleveland Browns. So that's who they open up with in this 2024 season. So again, if you're just popping in real quick, just let you know, Cowboys did sign CeeDee Lamb to a 4-year extension worth $136 million, $38 million signing bonus. $100 million of that is guaranteed. That signing bonus is the largest ever given to a wide receiver in NFL history. And this now makes CeeDee Lamb the second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. He and Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history when he signed his big deal a couple of months ago. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy with TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. Make sure if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this to all your social media platforms. Make sure you like and follow both of them on Facebook. That is TFG Sports Media, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle. You can follow me personally on Facebook, Kendrick Roline Henderson, as well as on Instagram at Kendrick1969 and on TikTok at Kendrick Henderson51. So again, I'm out of here. Again, Cowboy CeeDee Lamb, agreed to a new deal. He'll be in camp. Will they give him his $50,000 per day he was being fined for missing camp back? I'm quite sure they'll rescind those fines. We'll see what happens. So again, catch me sometime tomorrow. We're going to talk about NFL cuts that go down. So again, you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.